Hi, and welcome to my website presenting my artwork. I think I'll call it the artwork from a postman. Because isn't it what I am? An unknown deliverer of messages. It is my personal artwork, created by me personally. But in fact an artwork larger scale than just manifested here. The more you study the possibilities, the bigger and deeper you realize it is. The total size of this artwork I consider as for your own imagination. But here's some details. First of all, it's about 500 different kind of handwritings and quotes, all made by me personally. Means the handwritings should be more or less different to each handwritten quote. It leaves a little work to anyone who wants to study it. Because today even I have forgotten the key to the meaning of some of it. Perhaps it's a world record in handwritings made by the same person. Who knows? 40 pieces A4 formats, which gives an artwork all in together 1.7 meter versus 1.74 meter, as it is shown on my website. They can also be set up as a long line, which then gives a total length on 11 meter. However, to get back to the different single units numbered 1 to 40, they are all named with a title, and they will be found on OpenSea as NFT artwork collectibles. So far, my main artwork, where all of them are collected in one piece, will only be available in its original physical form, of that simple reason that only by studying the original in front of you closely, you'll get the opportunity to explore and make your own conclusions. And only the best on their fields can decipher the cryptic codes and unexplained coincidences, so well hidden in the text that even I forgot how to solve the mystery. And by the end, perhaps only a good old-fashioned school teacher are able to decipher it and call it what it really is. Perhaps it's a revolution to schools, and a nightmare for any school teacher. However, it's here now, and has come to stay. I don't ask you to like it. I ask you to accept it. Personally, I call it the beginning of an era of a new world. Because the more you explore and dig into every corner of this artwork, the more this new world will open up for you. Now you basically have gotten the information you need. The rest is empty talk and big words. Still around? Okay. Let's begin with this funny illustration. I have to admit that every time I made a quote, it felt like made the same way like a man who by a coincidence stumbled over something at a hotel and grabbing around to get something to hold on to in order not to fall. And in the fall, he by coincidence hit the fire alarm, waking up the whole hotel, messaging there's a fire, which again are alarming the whole neighborhood, fire department, police, press, and causing the whole country to get in the highest emergency alarm. A bit of a stunt for a clumsy postman, don't you think? Now, let's take a journey into my universe of handwriting. Some would perhaps like to know how this is possible, to sit down and just make that many handwritings. Me too, actually. But isn't it with these kind of things that there are things we simply don't understand? And the question is it more than just a crazy dude who by coincidence sat down and made some text and manufactured a few ugly handwritings and some bad grammar? Are the background deeper and more complicated? Was it all planned in advance, long time ago? Or just a coincidence by law of nature? Like a man in a small boat at the ocean, riding from one wave to another in order just to survive. Are there a higher meaning or not? But most important, will it change the future? All that can be answered, but I'm not the one to answer it, because I don't know. I'm just a postman, delivering letters, combined two words from an ancient time where someone invented the writing in order to save our thoughts to future generations. Okay, let's go back in time a little, shall we? Perhaps at least one of the questions can be answered. Now you think, here comes his life story. And the answer to that is, nope. You see, if you ever get the chance to know me, and by the way, you never get that chance, you will realize it have not been an easy life. You learn from such a life, don't you? I think everybody can agree. I learned a lot, and I realized years ago that I had to write a book in the future. Why not? With such a colorful life and a lot of experiences, I think it would be all right to make a useful book. Sorry about that. However, the life very busy, the daily surviving. It for sure was not the time to sit down and begin writing a book. Sorry about that. And furthermore, I was very afraid I would never be able to reach anything regarding publishing. And I left the idea to sometimes out in the future. That future, I think, is now. And it begins with these handwritings, because they're in fact my book. My book is in everything. Also you listening to me now is part of that book. How big or how small that book is are up to you to decide. Perhaps the book for you end up within the next few minutes. Or perhaps you're so inspired by this that you decide to explore every fragment of that book out there. Or perhaps you decide to finish this half-written book and give it your own version. But if you read carefully the quotes, you'll find that it is not only about writing. It's arts, it's expression of a masterpiece of arts. Not my art, your book, your song. By using your own creativity. You have automatically finished the book of arts I was never capable of finishing. You have then set your own signature on your own part of that expression of art, which all in together is the best book ever expressed. I will end this with these following few words. What is art without a creator or generator? The question is, what have been generated? And what will be generated? And who is behind it? Is what you have in front of you just an eye center of what the creation is all about? Are the artwork much bigger and better than this? And who has created the rest of it? I know, because I've been watching you all for a while now. You're good. You're real good. Compared to you, I'm just the postman, ain't I? Regards, Perk J. Still around. Have fun sorting this one out.